What's good, y'all? It's your girl Mariah Rose, and welcome back to Courtside Chats with me. It is time for the conference finals, and so much happened this weekend. I don't even know where to start, so let's get right into it. I'm sick, y'all, because you know I was rooting for the Knicks and for big body Brunson, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. Them damn Pacers ran away with this thing in the Garden. They are extremely deep. There will be players on the court that I've never even seen before taking and making big shots for the Pacers. Like, they play everybody. I think that that's going to be a little bit dangerous for the Celtics, but we'll get into that a little bit later. The Knicks didn't have their guy, Jalen Brunson, towards the end of the game. He fractured his hand, and that's when I knew it was over. I mean, the Knicks are hobbled. They've got a bunch of injuries. OG tried to get it back going, and it lasted 4 minutes. And I will say that the Knicks have so much to be proud of because they really gave it their all, and they did what they could with what they had, but it just wasn't working. Now, on the Pacers end of things, yes, injuries were a factor in this game, but the Pacers did absolutely everything they were supposed to do and everything that they could have done. So I will take nothing away from them, and they deserve their place in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I hope they give the Celtics a run for their money. I hope it's a good series. Dante DiVincenzo had 39. Josh Hart was playing with that strained abdomen. They were really trying. It's not like the Knicks weren't fighting or putting up what they could, but it just wasn't enough against the Pacers. They're so fast. They are so deep. And it is going to be interesting to see how they work up against the Celtics. Now, on Saturday evening, we saw the Mavs close it out against the Thunder in a Game 6. I had the Mavs the whole time in this series. I saw this coming. Kyrie and Luka are just too good. We saw Luka have 29, 10, and 10, basically a 30-point triple-double. Luka's incredible. I don't know what the Thunder brought out of him, but I'm ready to see a little bit more of it against the Timberwolves. Now, we all know the Timberwolves have an incredible defense. Ant isn't going down without a fight. He said last night at the end of the game that his matchup in this series is going to be against Kyrie, which is going to be tea. So I'm ready for this next series, but the Mavs-Timberwolves, that's going to feed families, I swear. Now let's get into the game of the weekend, the comeback of the century. Y'all, I thought it was wraps for the Timberwolves. They were down 20, and Ant looked into the crowd and was like, I'm going to get in my bag. And that's exactly what he did. Now, their best player wasn't playing his best, which is always a problem for a team in a Game 7. His supporting cast really rallied around him. Karl Anthony Towns was incredible. You had Naz Reid helping out, and then Jaden McDaniels. Like, he did his thing in this one. But while Ant was 6 for 24, he made big shots when it mattered, and he locked in on defense. I think that was the really important thing. He decided it was wraps for what Jamal Murray had going on, and it was wraps for what Jamal Murray had going on. And these Wolves are going to be dangerous, and it is giving champions, dare I say. Going into the conference finals, now starting with the East, this isn't the matchup that I necessarily wanted, but after watching the Pacers in that Game 7, I think it's the matchup that we need. I think that these Pacers are really quick for the Celtics, and the Celtics have had kind of an easy road up until now, and we haven't really seen them have like a staple legacy game yet in the playoffs. And if they don't have Porzingis, I think that the Pacers actually have a genuine shot with how deep that they are. I think it'll be interesting. Now, I'm taking the Celtics to be safe. That doesn't mean I'm 100% confident or that I don't think if Tyrese Haliburton can be a star, if he's a better player than Jason Tatum in this series, which would be wild, the Pacers are going to win the series. Now on the Western side, you guys, Mavs-Timberwolves, this is exactly what we wanted. This is exactly what the people asked for. Now you got Kyrie and Luka going up against Ant and the crew. Now the Timberwolves defense, that's scary. That is scary. But if anybody can get around that, it's Luka and Kyrie. And I think Ant is really looking forward to this matchup against Kyrie Irving because he takes pride in being this, I'm not a one-dimensional player. I can play on the defensive end as well. I think this is going to be really interesting. And Rudy obviously took it a little bit personal that everyone was saying he wasn't playing like the defensive player of the year that he has been 4 times. So I think that the Mavs, the Timberwolves, it could go either way, but if I had to lean towards anybody, I saw a championship mentality from the Timberwolves that I just can't get past, and I think they might win the NBA Finals, not just the Western Conference Finals, the NBA Finals, the whole thing. Thank you for watching another edition of Courtside Chats. I'm Mariah Rose with Revolt Sports, and you got to keep it locked here all series long.